Still remember that afternoon. You took the empty chair beside me, and somehow I knew I'd never be alone again. You said, "Is this seat taken?" I said, "Only if you talk too much." You laughed like you would know me, like my heart already knew your touch. One little conversation turned into midnight calls. Then every road I traveled somehow led back to us. We weren't perfect, baby. We had our share of storms, but every time we broke apart, you found your way back home. And I believed your promise when you looked into my eyes. You said, "Girl, I'm gonna love you for the rest of all our lives." We made plans underneath the stars, put forever in our hands. A little house, a family, a future we could understand. I didn't know the clock was moving, I didn't know our time was borrowed. I would have held you tighter if I'd known you'd leave tomorrow. There's a place beyond goodbye. If there's another side of life, I'll find you there, I'll find you there. Even if I have to cross the sky, if heaven hides you from my eyes, I'll follow every falling light. You were my home, you were my heart, and losing you won't end our love tonight. So if you hear me calling, wherever you are, baby, leave a light on, I'll find you in the dark. The doctor couldn't tell me how to make the fear disappear. You tried to hide your weakness, but I could see it in your tears. You said, "I wish I had forever." I said, "Forever starts tonight." So we stopped saving memories and started living every line. We danced inside the living room when you could barely stand. I held your tired body, you held my trembling hands. And when you couldn't walk anymore, I became your feet. When you couldn't find the strength to smile, I gave you mine to keep. Then you looked at me one evening with that familiar smile. You said, "If there's another life, promise you'll find me after a while." I said, "I'll find you anywhere, across the ocean, through the sky." You whispered, "That's my girl." Then you closed your eyes. There's a place beyond goodbye. If there's another side of life, I'll find you there, I'll find you there. Even if I have to cross the sky, if heaven hides you from my eyes, I'll follow every falling light. You were my home, you were my heart, and losing you won't end our love where we met and sat beside the empty chair. For a moment I could almost hear